This morning, we're able to share the story of a Bay Area native who calls Ukraine home, and he has now taken up the fight to defend his adopted homeland. Tomas Knapp, who was born in San Francisco and spent most of his life working in Silicon Valley. He moved to Kyiv about a year ago and opened an office of his digital marketing company there. When the war broke out, he joined a battalion of Ukraine's Territorial Defense Force, which is a civilian branch of the military made up of volunteers prepared to fight and defend their cities. He left Ukraine about 11 days ago for Romania to pick up his car that had been shipped from San Francisco. He also helped some refugees find temporary housing in an Airbnb. He's now in Poland and planning to return to Kyiv soon. And Tomas joins us now live this morning to share more about his story. Greatly appreciate you taking the time. Thank you for doing it. Good morning to you. How would you describe the role that you've taken on in this conflict, and what compelled you to get involved and try to help others?
Well, my role is I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not a military serviceman, but I'm just trying to do the best I can to help my Ukrainian fellow brothers and sisters. I moved to Ukraine about a year ago, as you said, and it's home to me. The Ukrainian people are beautiful people. They never asked for this war. They want peace. And my role in this conflict is to help out with humanitarian aid. I'm in Krakow right now because I've organized a team of specialists for logistics, transportation, procurement, fundraising, as well as humanitarian aid, food, and protective gear to get to the defenders and Ukrainians themselves. So I'm going back in as soon as my work is done here, and we'll rejoin my civilian territorial defense battalion in the city center.
All right, so you are going back to Kyiv soon. What do you expect you are going to find when you return to that city, and what is going to be your main focus when you get back there?
The main focus right now is I work with the team I've assembled from 5 different countries, great people. Everybody's helping out. It's not just us, but we're getting food, and water is in critical need right now. Food is in great need, clothing, blankets, protective gear such as bulletproof vests, Kevlar bulletproof helmets, night vision goggles, drones. And these are going to go to the Ukrainian refugees. These are going to go to people who are inside of bomb shelters, inside of basements, inside of the metro in Kyiv, inside of places in Kharkiv as well, which I call home, and we have an office there, which is now gone. It's completely destroyed. And everybody's alive, thank God. And then so we're buying several trucks, and we're going to be transporting back and forth from the Polish and Ukrainian border. And then obviously the battalions there need medical supplies, hemorrhage kits, a lot of things to treat the wounded and defend the city, everything that's non-weapon.
Obviously, this is dangerous work that you're involved in. I don't have to tell you that. I mean, we're watching as millions of Ukrainians obviously flee that country, and here you are, and you've made the decision to go back into Ukraine and try to do more good and try to help people. I have to ask, aren't you afraid for your own safety?
I am, so that's why I need a bulletproof vest as soon as possible. Sorry, I have to laugh because a little bit of humor, we try to inject a little humor in this very grave situation. Am I afraid? Yes, but honestly, the Ukrainian people, and I believe this as well, that God is on our side in this battle, and there's a clear delineation between good and evil in this war, and I don't think there's been such a delineation since 9/11 and since World War II, honestly, in my humble opinion. So what do I expect when I go back? Well, there have been, I was just telling your producer, there have been 6 attacks and air raids today already in Kyiv and surrounding Kyiv, number 1. And 2 nights ago, Sunday night, they bombed, well, a gym I used to work at. Now it's no longer there, called Sport Life in the northwestern Podilsky district, that suburb. We're about 2 kilometers from the city center of Kyiv. So we expect danger. I'm meeting up with others to actually cross the border and take the train from here to Lviv to Kyiv. This corridor is still open at this time right now. It's not closed by the Russian army. And we'll go in and do whatever we can. So helping the defenders and Ukrainian refugees alike.
Do you expect to be directly involved in conflict, in fighting?
I was given an AK-47 by the battalion I joined, and if you keep in mind, this is a civilian territorial defense battalion. I'm not a military serviceman. I have weapons experience. I've owned a firearm long time ago. It's been a long time. So it's if I need to fight, I'll pick up and fight. Yes, but there are many ways you can help win this war, actually, and it's from information. Combating disinformation from the Russian regime, getting food and supplies, water, medical kits, supplies, blankets, these protective gear for the defenders. Many people don't have bulletproof vests. Many defenders don't, or they have ones that aren't rated to stop an AK-47 bullet. Many don't have Kevlar helmets, or they don't want to wear helmets because they're too heavy. I'm in constant contact with my battalion, even though I'm not there right now. And they've sent me wish lists. So drones, night vision goggles, these are all things that we need.
Let me ask you a little bit more about the history of the Territorial Defense Force in Ukraine. This was formed after Russia's annexation of Crimea back in 2014. Talk about who these volunteers are. You know, I understand this. You know, these are folks who come from a broad swath of society who get involved here. And how big a difference have these forces made in pushing back the Russian invasion?
Well, I have to answer your question this way. Number one, they'll fight street to street, corner to corner, house to house, down to the last person. And the Ukrainians will never give up. We will never, and I say we because I consider myself. I'm a green card holder. I have a business in Ukraine. I have a girlfriend. I have a partner. I have a home. I have many friends. People are considered like family of choice, honestly. And these are people, the civilian territorial defense, they are, let's see, I'm picturing people in my mind, English teachers, translators, businessmen, machine shop workers, entrepreneurs like myself, IT people, so IT Silicon Valley type entrepreneurs and IT software tech, digital marketing people, just like myself. They're not military servicemen or women. There's even a musician, a Ukrainian band who's in my group in the city center, and I can't say her name and I can't say the location, but she's a Ukrainian band musician. And we have others. There's one that's in the public media is Boombox. It's a Ukrainian band that's probably one of the most popular that was formed right after the Crimea conflict in 2014, 2015. But these are ordinary people just like you and me. You know, I don't have any special combat training. Some of them do. The man that they paired me up with, Vitaly, I can say his name because he's interviewed already. He was fighting in the Donbass conflict in 2014, so he's got combat experience and his English is perfect. That's why they paired me with him, because my Ukrainian and Russian are very limited still.
Right.
And so there are a few people with combat experience, but most of them are just citizens.
Just everyday folks. Yeah. Who've decided to get involved. Just like you, appreciate you taking the time today. Really appreciate the conversation. Best of luck to you. Continued safety to you and your colleagues. Tomas Knapp from Ukraine's Territorial Defense Force. Thank you for doing it today. We appreciate it. If you would like to see more of Tomas's story, we've put up a link to his social media at KTVU.com. You can find it under the web link section there.
Such important work.
Yeah, it really is.
Coming up, Habitat for Humanity in San